Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My name is Harun Hassan, and inshallah, I will be the group leader taking care of you during your journey on November 18 to 26 group. Inshallah, there is a couple of things that we will be covering today. The first thing is we do want to talk a little bit about Nuzuk. We did share the details on how to activate and what needs to happen, but we will be diving a bit deeper into it because there are a lot of families, there's kids traveling, so we do need to provide you with accurate instructions so you can make sure your kids can also join in the activities during the trip. We will also be covering our schedule for the trip, so you know when we're moving, what activity we're doing which day, when you have some free time, inshallah. And then I will also be covering some tips for packing for the trip. And then inshallah from there we can jump into Q&A and continue with the Q&A session, inshallah. So without any delay, inshallah, I do want to mention that I will be your group leader, and I will be attending with you, inshallah, from day one on the 18th when we meet at the airport, all the way till the end of your trip when you depart from Jeddah airport on the 25th to connect with your flight to get back home, inshallah. So regarding Nuzuk, if you look at the instructions, you do need your visa number and you need information which you have available in your passport in order to activate your Nuzuk account. There is no possibility of actually making family accounts. They have not opened this up for foreigners or visitors who go to Saudi. It's only available to the locals. So unfortunately, you will be needing a individual device for each family member that is traveling. What that means is, let's say you have 3 people in the family, and you're trying to go and do the Roda activity, Riyaz al Jannah. You will need a separate device in order to go in, and you will need data connection on it as well too. And you do need to make sure each person has an account. So you cannot log into 2 devices at the same time with the same account in order to get multiple people in. There are some issues with that. Once you log into a different device, they will log you out from the previous device. So just keep those things in mind, and you do need a unique email for each member and a unique number. The number is not as important as the email because the email is where you get the one-time password. They send you an OTP each time you log in. It does stay logged in. So last time I logged in was in August when I went with the group, and I'm still logged into the account. So I'm not worried about keep accessing that email, but it is important that you have access to the email on the device that you're using. A data connection is important. We have seen many people get by without a data connection. They will take care of what they need to take care of while they're in the hotel on the Wi-Fi connection, and then they will go to Haram and they will go ahead and do their activity. They are pretty aggressive with the checking in Medina for Riyaz al Jannah, but when it comes to Makkah for the Umrah, I have not seen them check any permits. It doesn't matter how busy the time is. Even in Ramadan, very occasionally when Haram is overcrowded, that's when they will check. So I would not worry about Makkah as much as I would worry about Medina regarding the permits when visiting the Roda, the Noble Roda, Riyaz al Jannah. So and keep in mind that Umrah, you can take out multiple permits. Once you're done with the first permit, you can take out multiple permits to perform multiple Umrahs. And for the Roda, they only allow one. The rule used to be once a month. Now they changed the rule to once in 45 days. So it's very important you take a time for the Roda, which you can make it. And if you're not able to make it, it's also important that you cancel the permit as well too. Inshallah, we will also be sharing the timings, the recommended timings, especially for the time when we're there, to actually take those permits out. Devices like iPads and tablets, people have used those as well too. Even when I traveled with my own kids, they were using those, and they're not devices that have you can just plug in a SIM card. So you do need to use hotspot or something to make sure that you can get data connection just in case the account is logged out or you need to access the account for the kids. So just keep a couple of these things in mind, inshallah. And of course, any questions that arise on Nuzuk at the end, we can cover those as well too. I do want to jump into the schedule. So there have been some changes to the Saudi airline flight timings. They used to leave at 2 p.m. Now the flight leaves at 11 a.m. So inshallah, we will be meeting at the airport 9 a.m. so we have enough time to check in, and we do like to meet with every person before they go and check in. We hand you a couple of things. We give you a bag. We give you some luggage tags just in case if your luggage gets misplaced somewhere, it's easier for us to find it. So we will be handing those things to you before you check in. I do highly recommend keeping the bag we give you with you on person. It's easier for our ground staff and myself if I'm looking for someone around the airport before we depart for a Medina flight, for example. I can find you easily because I can spot you from far away when you have the bag on. So, inshallah, on the 18th, we meet, we will check in. We are departing at 11 a.m. So keep in mind that we do want to make sure that inshallah we get to the airport on time. We can check in a timely fashion. We will be giving reminders for everything inshallah as we're going through the trip. So when we take off, you will catch your Zohar and your Asr on the flight, Maghrib, Isha, and Fajr before we land over there. We will be landing approximately around 6:30, and we have our connecting flight to Medina, which is at 10:20, and we will have to collect our luggage, and they have an area right next to where we collect our luggages and to drop it off for the Medina flight. So they have a connecting station over there, so it doesn't take too long. We can just take care of that once we're done with immigration. We collect our luggage, we drop it off, and then they have an area to go to the domestic flight connection right from inside. So we do have to go through this inshallah to make it for our Medina flight, and the Medina flight is at 10:20 a.m. and we will be landing in Medina approximately 11:30. And by the time we clear the airport, we get to our hotel, inshallah. We will go ahead and get everyone settled in. We like to do a walking tour when we arrive. This will be on the 19th. So you are aware of all the areas around Haram and some of the locations around Haram. We cover those as well too. So you do want to know where the women are entering in for the prayer, where the men are entering in for the prayer, when the men go for the salam, where they can go from, when the women go for the Roda Riyazul Jannah, where they need to go, where the men need to go. So all these places, we like to cover this on the first day, so you can go ahead and utilize the remaining days in Medina in order to fulfill the purpose that we're going for is for the ibadah. And while we're in Medina, we want to send as much salawat to the Prophet ﷺ as possible. So we want to utilize this time. So it's very important that we cover this on the first day. We do like to cover as soon as everyone gets settled in. We want to give everyone about a half an hour, 45 minutes, sometimes 1 hour. A lot of people, they want to give salam to the Prophet ﷺ when we go on this walking tour. So we do end it in a place where it's easy to get back. And so just keep those things in mind, inshallah. And then you will have a free day the following day. And then on Tuesday morning, inshallah, approximately 8 a.m. to 8:10 a.m., we will be doing our historical tours for Medina, returning back to the hotel before Zohar prayer. And then the following day, inshallah, we will be leaving for Makkah and perform our Umrah on the same day. We will approximately be doing our Umrah depending on what time we arrive. Sometimes we do get delayed on the route. So inshallah, I'm expecting we will be arriving in Makkah around 5:30. But if we arrive later, then we will be doing our Umrah after Isha prayer approximately around 8-9 p.m. with the group. You are more than welcome to do your Umrah without the group, but it's a different experience when you do it with the group, inshallah. So when it comes to Makkah, and I'm sure there will be a few people who need accessible services while there. So there are a few recommendations that I have for that. The first one is if you can walk a little bit, electric wheelchair is one of the best options they have available these days over there. It costs approximately 150 reals to do your entire Umrah on the electric wheelchair, where you do your tawaf and you do your sa'i. Maybe you can walk enough to actually get your tawaf done, then you can do the remaining the sa'i on the electric wheelchair. Another option available for anyone who cannot walk at all, there are people authorized for Haram. Basically, they have their vests and everything where they can go and assist you with your Umrah on a wheelchair. So they do have them available as soon as you get down from the hotel and you exit the area, where they will take you. They will do the Umrah, and they will bring you back and drop you off in the lobby or even by your room. And they charge around 250 reals, anywhere around that range. So these are the two options available. And when it comes to if there's any infants in the group or any kids that require strollers, Sometimes they allow them in the mataf area right next to the Kaaba to do tawaf, and sometimes they don't. The rules do constantly change, and it's all up to the people who are letting us in when we're going in to do our umrah, whether they will allow the strollers or not. So that does change from time to time. I've seen them let people in with strollers. I've seen them also tell them to go upstairs and do it on the second or third floor where all the wheelchairs are doing their tawaf as well. So just keeping these things in mind, we will cover this more, and I am available with you, inshallah, while we're there. So if any of these questions arise, just approach me, let me know, and I do like to cover this while we're moving to Makkah as well, alongside when we cover our religious guidance while we're on the ground over there, inshallah. So the next day is a rest day on the 23rd, and then 24th you have your Friday prayer, inshallah. Catch your Friday prayer if you decide to do another Umrah in the evening. And then on Saturday, we will be checking out after Zohar, inshallah. We have our historical tours. And then the flight is from Jeddah to Riyadh, connecting back to JFK at 9 p.m. And the next flight, inshallah, it will be departing at 3 a.m. in the morning. So you have a layover over there where you will be connecting, inshallah, and coming back to New York. I do want to cover some of the tips for the packing. So just keep in mind that laundry is very expensive in Saudi. So just keep enough clothes for the trip, inshallah. You are allowed 2 luggages up to 50 pounds and 1 hand carry and a personal item. I don't recommend going very heavy into this trip. Just make sure you have enough space to bring back some things too from Saudi. Maybe you might want to buy dates or go shopping for your friends or your loved ones. And then just make sure you keep all the medication you may need during the trip. I also recommend carrying a refillable water bottle, especially while you're in Makkah and Medina. It comes in handy. You can fill it up with Zamzam every time you go to Haram, so you can utilize drinking Zamzam as much as possible. And other than that, any other medication that you may need, just make sure you're carrying those. If you require a wheelchair, if you're planning to take one from here, the airline will let you check it in. If you decide that, if you do need a wheelchair, and just make sure you let our staff know that you need a wheelchair so we can put a request in. You can also purchase one from Saudi too. I've seen in the past where a lot of people, they may purchase their wheelchair in the beginning of the trip. They use it throughout, and they donate it before leaving. So it's Sadqa Jariyah, where it can be utilized for other people who may be needing wheelchairs while they're there for their Umrah. So I am going to open it up for questions, inshallah. If there's any questions in the chat, I'm going to cover those first, and then we're going to move on. So I see some questions regarding if there are safes in the hotel room. Yes, there are safes in the hotel rooms. You are able to utilize them. And then I see another questions regarding options for lunch and dinner. Both in Makkah and Medina, you will find plenty of options near the hotel where you can go have lunch and dinner, inshallah. So I am going to open it up just in case anyone wants to unmute themselves and ask any questions, inshallah, so we can proceed from there to the Q&A session. So I do see.
Brother Harun, this is
Assalamu
Muhammad Sid. Wa alaikum assalam. This is Muhammad Siddiqui. How are you?
I'm good, alhamdulillah.
Wonderful. Me and my wife is traveling from Washington, D.C., Dallas Airport. And then you said as you have something that tags or a special luggage tag or something that you can recognize.
We have a few people that are traveling from outside of state. It's not too many. I believe it's 4 to 5 people. So inshallah, anything that we're giving out at JFK, we will be providing that to you once you arrive over there, inshallah.
So we will not come into JFK. We are going straight from.
I'm aware of that. So there are about 4 to 5 passengers that are traveling from different gateways. So anything that the bags, the luggage tags, anything we're giving out, we want to make sure you have them available to you when you get there. So you are, it's much easier for us to, especially when the luggages get gathered for the group. We know which luggages are ours, or it does happen. Things do happen where someone may leave something behind or something is misplaced. It's much easier for us to find it. The hotels communicate with us directly. So inshallah, when we link up the group together, or when I meet you in Saudi, inshallah, I will be providing you with all those things.
Okay, and then another thing that our Egypt airline, I don't know, it's like a Medina arriving at around 10 or something, and then what is that called name? Adil. He told me that to wait about an hour or so that you guys coming in from Jeddah to Medina. So please, if you came earlier than us, so don't leave us down there alone.
No,
Otherwise,
no,
we'll be
inshallah,
ready.
we will be leaving together. Nothing to worry about.
Okay, that's what I just make sure about it. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
You're welcome. Walaikum assalam. I see some more hands up. If you would like to unmute yourself and ask your questions, inshallah, we can proceed from there.
Assalamu alaikum. This is Aisha.
Walaikum assalam.
I just have two quick questions. For the reservation in the Rauda app for when we want to visit, could it happen that, like part of our group, like, or part of our family rather, gets a reservation and the other, the slots fill up before we reserve for all our family members, or it's pretty much guaranteed that we can all be visiting at the same time?
It is as per availability. Because the permits are available now for our date, so I suggest if you get a chance, activate the accounts today. And if you're having any troubles, inshallah, I should be available after 4 p.m. today to cover anything regarding that, and we can go over it together. Or you can even reach out to some of our other staff members who are available, right after this meeting, and they can assist you. But I do recommend taking it out today. And canceling the permits are as easy as actually taking out the permits if you follow through with the instructions. It's a very simple app to use. So I do recommend, and even if you get a time which is 10 minutes, 15 minutes apart, they do have permits which are like a half an hour, sometimes 15 minutes apart. You're still able to usually go in together. They won't really do any botheration on that. But if you have a permit, let's say, which is 1 p.m., and then you take out a permit which is 4 p.m., they're not going to let you in together. But if it's 1 and 1:30, they will let you in together. So Umrah, like I mentioned early on in the meeting, it's not a problem. Even going without a permit is not a problem. I have not shown my permit for almost a year. Last time I showed my permit was maybe last year. Last year summer was the last time I showed it. So it's been about a year and a half since I showed my permit for Umrah. But when it comes to the Roda, it is separate timing for the women and is separate timing for the men. They do not allow them to go in at the same time. So keep that in mind as well too when you take out these permits. And if there are any kids going, Roda is another place where the policies change by the minute. They see how the traffic is, how the rush is. If there are any little kids, sometimes they'll allow them, sometimes they won't allow them. So with the women's side, even in Masjid Nawabi, they do the same thing. Sometimes they'll allow the kids to go with the mom, sometimes they won't. So anytime I travel with my kids are 6 and 7, I take them on the men's side with me. It's not a problem on the men's side, but on the women's side, they do constantly change these policies. So do keep these things in mind when you're doing your Medina activities.
Okay, so do you recommend that the kids go with the father then?
I do recommend, especially if they're like under 8. I do recommend going with the father. I even take my daughter in for the salam as well too. They don't bother girls either if they're little kids. So that I highly recommend sending them in with the men.
Okay, and then what time are we, did you say we should reserve for?
I will be sharing all the timings, inshallah, as soon as we cut off the meeting. So basically on the 19th, I would say grab an evening permit. Anything after 7 p.m. should be good. Even though we arrive early, but you do want time to prepare. On the 20th, anytime is good. On the 21st, morning hours, we're doing historical tours. And on the 23rd, when we leave to Makkah, anything before 11 a.m. is okay. So those are the timings when you should be taking out the Roda permits. And I will be sharing these times in our WhatsApp group as well. So you will have these times available, so it's much easier.
Okay, Jazakallah khair. Thank you.
Wa iyyakum, wa iyyakum.
Brother Harun, you will obtain the permits behalf of entire group, right?
No. The permits need to be obtained through Nuzuk.
Through
Even Umrah visa, any visa that you take, the permits need to be obtained through Nuzuk. The old system where they used to do the groups, it's not there anymore.
So Nusuk that you send the link, right?
Yes, the instructions has the link for even if you go ahead and search it on either the Play Store or the Apple Store, so you can easily find it.
So I did put my passport number and everything, and then United States citizen, and a password. They're not accepting a password. It says the information is not correct.
So when it comes to the password, you are required to use uppercase, lowercase, number, and a special character. So make sure you're following all the rules which they're requiring regarding the password. Without that, you will not be able to create a proper password that they require.
And then we create the password, or just use any password.
I mean, whatever password you want to create on the account, you can go ahead and use that. It's up to you, but they do have requirements for it. So, like, you need to have a uppercase letter or lowercase letter, a number in there, and you need to have a special character. It can be like exclamation point or at the rate symbol. You know, like any of those are okay to use for a special character on it.
So we only need the permit just for the guns, Rosa,
For
right?
the Roda, basically for the Roda, I do recommend just taking it out for the Umrah as well too. Nobody's checking, but it's always to be safe. Then sorry, you know, because sometimes if they get super crowded, they will ask you to come back after a while. But if you have a permit, they will let you right in.
Okay, so the Umrah will take like a 23rd, 24th, and 25th.
23rd, I will be sharing the timings. I do recommend doing the permits for any time after 6 p.m. Should be good enough for the Umrah because they just want you to have a close enough time. Unlike the Roda, you do need to get there on the exact time. But for the Umrah, they want you, like, you can use it a few hours before, a few hours after. I've used the Umrah permit, which was 8 hours after, and I've used even Umrah permits which were like a day before. You know, they don't really check the Umrah permits as aggressively as they check the Roda permits.
Okay, and then me and my wife is just a one permit, or we have the separate permit?
No. You will have separate accounts. You do need to create a separate account for each family member.
Okay.
So for Umrah, you can go multiple times. For the Roda is once every 45 days.
45 minutes.
Oh, it's 45 days. So it means like 45 days.
Even if you decide to go again, let's say in December, you will not be able to get your permit because you need to have a gap of minimum 45 days.
Oh, so we just go on once at the Rosa, right?
Yes, for the Roda, you go once. For the Salam, for the men, there are no permits. You can go whenever you like. For the women, they can go give Salam from outside as well. So all these activities you can do multiple times, but for the Roda specifically, it's once during this trip.
Got it. Thank you very much, Arun.
You're welcome.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Yeah, please, what time are we heading to JFK on the 18th?
Inshallah, our flight is at 11. So we will be meeting, inshallah, around 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. I will be posting an exact time, giving everyone reminders. So we will be meeting at, inshallah, JFK Airport. I do not go through security till everyone is not checked in. So just in case, like, you don't arrive at the airport on time, you will either be receiving a call from me or one of my staff members to find out where you are. We do want to make sure everyone makes it for the flight.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm going to check the chat if there's any other question. I do recommend downloading Nuzuk now and activating it. It's a very simple process. Just make sure you're going in the visitor section when you're activating your Nuzuk account. And it takes approximately 30 seconds to a minute to fill in all the information. You should have received your visa, so you do get the visa number off your visa, and rest of the information is on your passport. So you fill out all the information, you get a one-time password through your email, you activate your Nuzuk account, and then you log in with another one-time password, and then once you're done with that, inshallah, you can go ahead and start taking out your permits. The process is less than, I would say, 5 minutes, you will have your permits. They don't check for meningitis anymore or COVID vaccines, but anytime you're traveling, I highly recommend to carry COVID vaccine records if you have it, especially because you never know when the policies change or anything happens. So we highly recommend to carry it, but you don't need it.
Okay.
All right, inshallah. If there's anyone else who has questions, please feel free to unmute, inshallah, and we can cover it for you. If there are no questions, then inshallah we can end the meeting.
Arun, just another thing that how about the phone charging thing and then connections? That we do need the SIM over there, or
So you need to also reach out to your carrier whether they cover roaming for you or not. But local SIMs are available. You can get a data plan, calling, and everything over there. I would say for under $40. But if it works better for you, because WhatsApp doesn't work, especially if you're trying to call back home. So it's highly recommended you have roaming from the US when you're traveling over there.
okay, and then charging stuff is
Charging, I will be sharing because they have different charging ports throughout. I do recommend getting one of those travel chargers that cover ports around the world. They do have this 3-pin charger. I will be sharing it, inshallah, in the group so you can prepare during this week.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum salam.
My husband need also the Nusuk app for permits for Roda or Umrah permit, right?
Yes.
Everybody have Nusuk app.
Everybody
separately.
needs to have Nuzuk app. Yes, everybody needs to have Nuzuk app.
No, what about the UGC permit for this Umrah? It's first time I'm listening. I a couple of time I will you guys go there, but it's first time I'm listening. This Umrah permit.
So for the
You
Roda,
can-
inshallah, I would
you-
highly suggest to take it out as soon as possible. I can also have some of my staff members, inshallah, contact you after the meeting to assist you with that if you need assistance, inshallah. But you do need a permit for the Roda. For the Umrah, I will not worry about it. I have taken Umrah permits while walking into Haram just in case they're going to look at it. So Umrah permits.
No worry about Umrah permit, but I have to take that. So Nusuk I need to take for Riyadul Jannah. I
For
need to
Riyadul
take a
Jannah.
permit, right?
Yes, for Umrah, I wouldn't worry too much about it.
It's
Riyadul
okay,
Jannah
it's okay.
is
It's good. It's good. It's good. It's
Alright,
good.
inshallah.
Okay, it's okay. For Riyadul Jannah, everybody needs to permit, no matter it's a male or female, right?
Yes. They do need it a separate account. They do need to take out the permit separately. I do see more questions in the chat. So there's one. Do the hotels have shared bathrooms? So each room has a private bathroom. The bathrooms are not shared bathrooms. So if you booked a double occupancy package, it's 2 people going. You have your own private room, your own private bathroom.
Assalamu alaikum, Harun.
Walaikum assalam.
So Harun, what do you recommend? Should we choose the days for Umrah on the Nusk and for Roza also?
As soon as we shut down this meeting, inshallah, I will be sharing the exact days when you should be taking out your permits and the times. What I mean by the time is, certain days you can take it out anytime. Certain days we have activity going on, so you want to avoid morning hours for that, like on the 21st. If you have your Nuzuk account activated right now, and maybe you see a permit for the 20th that you like the timing when you need to go, take out the permit right now. It's not a problem. If you're taking it out for the 19th, anything in the evening hours are fine. We should be in the hotel around 2-3 p.m. inshallah. Once everyone gets settled in, you have some time if you want to rest a little bit. So anytime that if you want to take it out right now, you can take it out, inshallah. We will be sharing the exact timings with you in the group.
Okay, what about the first Umrah that will be performing?
So the first Umrah, I recommend taking it out for 6 p.m. on the 23rd.
6 p.m. 23rd.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
And since my husband and I both will have separate Nusk accounts, do you think we'll get the same time for Umrah also?
For Umrah, I wouldn't worry. Like I said, they don't really check the permits. I've even went with groups where when they were actually checking in the beginning of the pandemic, like a few people showed, we were a group of 30 people that were going for Umrah at one time. And about 50% of the group did not have permits, and it was tough to get permits at that time. And a few people showed it in the front, few people showed it in the back, and the whole group just got in. So I wouldn't worry too much about the Umrah permits. This is you will be able to go. And Riyazul Jannah, the Roda, men and women cannot go in together. Just keep that in mind, inshallah. So you will get separate timings. Even when you search through a women's account, you will see you only have women timings available. Even if you go on the men's side, it will not show you anything over there. And from a men's account, it's the same thing. They will only show you men timings through the Roda permits for the men.
Understood. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So 6 p.m. I see some messages. Yes. So 6 p.m. 23rd. Yes, it will be the 23rd, not the 21st. That is for Umrah. And 22nd, 21st is good for the Roda, inshallah. Sorry, I would like to apologize. Yes, yes. So we are moving on the 22nd. It will be the 22nd, 6 p.m. for the Umrah.
6 p.m.
Harun, how do we know that we got the visa already or not?
My office was sending it out to everyone. So if you have not received your visa, I will also post a message in the group. Just reach out to our 718-505-0705 number, and they can go ahead and send it out to you. So inshallah, if there are no more questions, we can inshallah end the meeting, and I will share the information for the permits and also the office number on the chat, so you can message them right now. Just share your name so they can go ahead and share the visas for you and your family, inshallah.
So this is Hamza here.
Yes.
So you mentioned we would need the internet there, or so we should.
You will.
Well,
We do highly recommend it because I have seen quite a few times.
Mhm.
Sometimes you get by without internet too over there, but there are times where you go to the Roda and somehow you got logged out of your account, and now you don't have any data connection. You're not able to log in and get back into your account to do your Roda. And like I mentioned, there's a 45-day gap between when let's say you go for the Roda today, you will not be able to go for another 45 days. So I'm going to give you an example. Like I'm going in November, inshallah, I'm taking care of this group. Then I'm going to go again, inshallah, within a month again to take care of another group. I will not be able to go visit the Roda because it's still within 45 days. So it's very important to understand that we have this one opportunity, and we want to make sure we're not leaving, anything untouched. Where we're fully prepared to make sure if anything goes wrong, we can go ahead and still log in. We still have access to the email on our accounts, and we can get in, inshallah.
But is it possible to get the SIM there and put that one?
Of course, they sell SIMs over there. You will easily be able to get it, inshallah. When we have our layover in Jeddah,
Mhm.
we'll be landing there approximately 6:30, and our next flight is at 10 a.m. So we have about 3.5-4 hours. By the time we clear immigration, maybe we have about less than 3 hours, so about 2.5 hours. So anyone who wants a local SIM, we can all just walk out and go to the SIM card area. They do have a place right there. So I do recommend taking care of this in Jeddah Airport rather than Medina Airport, because we do want to get the whole group together in Medina, and we want to depart as soon as possible so we can get to the hotel, inshallah. So when we get in Jeddah, just let me know. Even in JFK Airport, just let me know, inshallah, so I can guide you where I know whoever is interested in the SIM cards, we can all group up together, and we can take care of the SIM card over there, because I also need to head there too to make sure I have my balance refilled, because I do make sure I have a US and a Saudi number available to everyone during the trip. So in case you need to contact me on either or number, both will be available to you during the trip, inshallah. So we can take care of this in Jeddah Airport, while whoever doesn't need SIM cards, they can also head straight to the gate for the following flight. But inshallah, we will be keeping together as much as possible for the group. But the main place where we group up is JFK Airport, and then the next main place where we group up is Medina Airport, to get together and inshallah move towards the hotel. So Jeddah Airport, anyone who may need a SIM card, inshallah, please stick with me so we can go ahead and take care of that.
Okay. And then how
So
about
how many umrahs we perform in the trip? One or
So
two?
with the group, it's one. You are more than welcome to do as many umrahs as you like. I've even seen people perform 2 to 3 umrahs in a day. Many people like to perform an umrah every day. So with the group, we will be doing it the first day. The following day, you want to do one umrah, you're more than welcome to do so. There's no limitation on the umrah permits you can take out, and they're not really checking. So you can always just go where your ihram, go to Masjid Aisha, make intention, come back, do your umrah, and basically go through the rituals of umrah. And if you decide to do another one, you're more than welcome to do another one.
so the first one, because I'm doing it first time,
Yes, I do highly recommend to go with the group. I do cover everything, where
Okay.
you can get the haircuts, how you're getting to haram. And so we go over more details. This seminar is more focused on getting everyone ready for the trip,
Okay.
regarding, what you need, and how our schedule is looking, what are the technology needs for the group. So all these things is what the purpose of this meeting is. But we will be covering all the religious part of the tour, inshallah, once we arrive in Saudi.
Okay. How about the
You guys-
ihram? Do we need it from here or?
No, I do not recommend anyone to purchase the haram from the US. You can easily get it in Medina anywhere from 40 to 50 reals. Basically, that's about $15.
Okay.
You can go ahead. They have good quality. Whichever quality you're looking for, you can find it in that range over there. They are widely available in Medina.
Okay, and then we can get the currency exchange at the Jeddah airport.
Currency exchange, you can also get near the hotel as well. They have money exchanges.
Okay.
You can do it at the airport.
So no need to take it
Credit
from-
cards are accepted over there. Visa usually works almost everywhere. So it definitely carry some cash. There are many places that don't take cards even till today, but many places will too as well. So just have one card which you don't have foreign transaction fees on, so you can use it over there as well.
Okay.
So we can buy the ihram at Medina, right?
Yes, you can purchase the haram in Medina, inshallah.
Okay.
Yes, you are a son of Sami.
Yes, Samyuddin is my father. So inshallah,
Harun, if you want to do the second Umrah, so we are go to ourselves to Aisha, Masjid Aisha?
Yes. So the first Umrah is with the group. If you need any guidance on that, how to get to Masjid Aisha, once we get in Makkah, please let me know. But usually the easiest route is to wear your ihram from the hotel. You grab a cab, which will take you there and bring you back. And then you perform your Umrah. That's the easiest way to do it. They usually charge around 30 to 45 reals over there.
Okay. Very good knowledge. Thank you very much, Harun.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Brother Harun. So much. Thank you so much, Brother Harun.
You're welcome, inshallah. I'm looking forward to taking care of everyone, inshallah. So I hope, I'm excited to meet everyone at JFK. And then from there, we're one big family, inshallah. We're going to be together and we're going to enjoy this trip.
Yeah, thank you. This is my first Umrah, so definitely I will be dependent a lot on you.
Inshallah. This is the whole point of the group, we're...
Okay.
So Jazakallah khair everyone for joining, inshallah. Please, I am not available till 4 p.m., but after that I am available, inshallah. So please feel free to reach out to me, and in the group I will be posting the timings for the permits. So all that will be available, inshallah. And after 4 p.m., inshallah, if you need me, just give me a call or message me. I'm the one who's posting the messages in the group, and then we can communicate from there.
So on those time we should get the permit, right? For
yes, try to get the permit still then. And if you're not having any success with that, please do reach out to me. Right after 4 p.m. I should be available. There are a few more groups going, so inshallah we will be conducting their seminars, and once we're done, inshallah, I am available to everyone after that.
So it's not needed for Umrah, it's only for Riyaz Jannah, right?
Yes. Please take out the permits for Riyaz Jannah. It's very important. It's known as the Noble Roda in the system. I know many people know Riyaz Jannah as the Noble Roda. Some people call it Riyaz Jannah. Some people call it the Noble Roda. So please take out the permit for that. And I will be, in a couple of minutes, I will be sharing that information in the group. What are the timings that I recommend you can take it out, or the timings that are available that you can take it out, inshallah.
Okay. All right. Jazakallah. Thank you.
Wa iyaakum. Jazakallah khair everyone for joining. Yes.
This is Adnan. I asked you a question. I had a suggestion. Can we make the WhatsApp group to post questions and get the answers in there rather than reaching out to you individually?
So the group that I have available, that's it's more meant for notifications. So once we maybe we can do a separate group for something like that. But usually everyone just reaches out to me individually. We have about 32 people in the group, so I'm not too worried if even if everyone asks me one question at the same time. I'm not worried about responding to everyone. So feel free to reach out to me. But that particular group, once we open it up, it gets very tough. So if I give any notification about something important, many of the people miss it, and it gets a little problematic and chaotic. So I will post the link in there for a separate group that I will create, inshallah, and everyone is more than welcome to join that group. So if you want to communicate with each other, that can be used as well too. And if you want to post any questions in there, but it's better to just reach out to me directly. You will get a much faster answer, inshallah. All right, inshallah, jazakallah khair everyone for joining in, and I will see you inshallah at JFK Airport on the morning of the 18th. Assalamu alaikum.
Only